parents for regular spending. It can demand from small jobs for a small amount of extra money an adult has for personal spending. It is also known or commonly known as allowance, in UK for children. So either pocket money or allowance. So what exactly about pocket money are we on about this morning? You see, my question is this: how small is pocket money these days? I didn't ask how large, but how small. Very intentional. 2 months ago, yes, so this is November. So yes, September, middle of September, I was in a financial lurch. I had some pending things to sort out, and I needed some money. Unfortunately, they don't pay dancing OAPs at night. If not, I'd probably be dancing at a bar somewhere and maybe making some money. But that job opening is not it's not pretty popular these days. Anywho, so knocked on some doors, asked a few friends for a favor. I don't like to borrow, so I better ask. Look, is there something that I can help you do so that you can help me with this? I need XYZ amount of money. What are those your clients that wanted to do that advert? Let them come through, so that I can help you, and obviously we'll both help ourselves. So knocking at doors, and one or two things came up, but it didn't meet my target. And so when I was done, with that challenge, I was speaking to a friend of mine. He's in the UK. His daughter, whom I carried, by the way. I'm so excited about her. Hey, Lulu. I don't know if she can't be listening, she's in school. But anywho, his daughter turned 12. She's now a teenager proper. Problem has started. And one of the things that, bothers him as a man, not just as a man, as a Nigerian man, not just as a Nigerian man, as an Esa man. There's something about we Edo people. We're very particular about the hedge that we make around our family. It's very important for us. And he was talking, guy, we need to increase our money. I need to increase our income. This job, I want to go and take this course. Because see the pocket money that I want to give my daughter now. It might not go anywhere, because if I give her the money that she needs, me too, I will not have. And if you are listening to me and you spend time in the UK, you know how people, are very particular. People are talking about, £2.50 for chicken, £5.75. Some people decide, I'll just fill my card up on top of my Metro card with about maybe 12 or 15 pounds so that I can take the bus for the rest of this month. Everything is measured. Everything is measured. But he would like to give his daughter, he's trying to teach his daughter economics informally and also financial literacy. What some of us had as, we didn't take this seriously when we were children until we got to secondary school. And I know in secondary school, particularly if you send your child to the boarding house, I don't know what the boarding houses these days are, but back in our time, we all had pocket money. My pocket money one time was 150 naira. Can never forget, 150 naira. And we would submit that money to the seminarian, right? That seminarian would have a logbook with your name, the amount you credited in, and I think it was on Friday or Saturday mornings that we were allowed to line up and collect our money. He will go to the bank, he will come back, and then we'll all line up. Well, how much do you want? 10 naira. What do you want it for? We'll write it down. He will give us 10 naira. How much is left? This is left, that is left. So it was like a mini bank. We didn't know. We didn't realize this back then in secondary school, that they were basically trying to teach us how to manage our money. This our pocket money. And so now he's talking about giving his child pocket money. And I heard that some of you are not having to give your children your pocket money for your children in university, in secondary school now. It's upwards of 50 to 150,000 naira. Pocket money. That's some people's salaries. Once again, what is the definition of pocket money? It is a small amount of money often given to children by their parents for regular spending. Those days, what did we used to use our pocket money to buy? Banana, orange, bread. That was it. If your pair of slippers got cut, you paid that time. That time you pay about 1 naira 50 kobo to have it sewn. If your slippers cut totally, 5 naira, because the pair of slippers those days was 25 naira 20 kobo. I can't forget. Nobody had 20 kobo. So what do? You give the person the 25 naira, or you give the person 20 naira, 30 naira. He'll give you 5 naira. Say, I dash you the change. But that was what we grew up in. This was in the 90s. Now, people are getting married. They are giving their wives pocket money. I don't know whether they call it pocket money. They're giving their wives, I don't know, money for the house. My father used to call it house money. I don't know what people call it in your house. Anywho, how small is the pocket money? Because when I was in university, I think the largest amount of money I ever received from my parents was 5,000 naira. But I hear these days, some children are calling home every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, sometimes every month. Those days when they give me that 5,000 naira, the next time they want to hear from me is I'm writing the exam. What are you calling us for? You have Gary? What else? You have sugar? Abi? Yes. What else? What do you need? I'm not saying we should suffer our children. Please don't get me wrong. But when we look at these small amounts of money, like I said, we were indirectly being taught how to manage our funds back in secondary school. How small is the pocket money these days? If you listen to me, you have a child who's 12, 13, 14 in secondary school, or maybe he's in university. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, how small is the pocket money? Because that's what the children will say these days. Daddy, this money is too small.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Zero 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, please, that last number is for the receiving of messages, so you can send SMSs. The fact that you don't have a smart device doesn't mean you are cut off from our conversation, so please join the conversation and let's get to hear your views this morning. We're talking about pocket money right now, and my question is, how small, not very intentional this question, how small is the pocket money these days? At least those of you who are parents, or those of you are uncles, big uncles now, rich auntie vibes, when your nieces and nephews buzz you and say, yeah, the pocket money that you give them, how small is it? At least in their own perspective. And if you're listening to me by chance and you have just finished secondary school, or you are in the university, or you are in secondary school but you're listening to a radio right now, please call us. Tell your mummies and daddies the amounts that they give you. Tell us how big or how small you think it is. We want to check something. Frederick here on WhatsApp says, Jude, good morning. The pocket money these days doesn't go anywhere. I remember a younger brother last month had to call me. Even after my mother gave him pocket money, he still called to ask me for extra because he said things are so expensive in schools. Parents are not having it easy these days. That's from Frederick. Frederick, but how much? How much did they give him? And how much did you give him as well, please? Frederick, please give me those answers. 923, good morning. Oh, dear. Apologies there. That line was severed. Frederick, please, if you're listening once again, how much did your mother, you say your brother called you, right, ask you for money, right? You gave it to him as big boy that you are. We thank God for your life. But your mother gave him pocket money because there is a part of me that believes that a lot of the young children these days, a lot of the young adults are more frivolous than I was back in university. Once again, I could be wrong. There is no blanket statement here. I'm not saying every single one of them is careless or carefree or laissez-faire with their finances. But by the time I left secondary school, got into university, I was pretty. I didn't think before I chop anything. To put this in context, my first year in university, by the time I received, when you go in as year one, do your matric, your uncles, congratulations, you're now in school, I take this 2,000 naira, boom, back pocket. And then heaven helped us, I now opened a bank account in my year one. So I would frequent the bank account, we used to have what they call withdrawal slips, right? Put my name. I'll tell myself, for the next 4 days, I will buy only one bottle of soda each day. My food that time, I'll say, okay, maybe 500 naira, a day. I'll calculate exactly what I would eat, and I'll go to the bank. I will never forget. I'll go to the bank, I'll write it, and I'll withdraw only 10 or 20 naira extra than what I need. By the time I was going back home for Christmas, my first Christmas, I had about 10,000 naira saved up. Back then. Now 2.3. Oh my days, what's happening? Hello, Potako. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, please.
My name is Good News. I'm calling from Potako.
All right, good news. Fire away quickly.
150 naira according to you then. 150 naira to $1 is how much then?
No.
$1.
Dollar was 130 that time. Now where's much? It was 120.
Now I'm coming. Then dollar is 130 naira. And you are giving 150 naira.
Mm-hmm.
Above $1. Today, $1 is how much?
1,004.
1,004. Okay. Now, you look at it now.
Wait, good news. Call us back. Let's go on a break. Let's call us back, please. Thank you.